G'day team, hope you're well. So from where I sit, I live in a country and a culture and a collective mindset that very much celebrates all things amazing. Gifts and talent and innate genius and academic brilliance. We love people who are awesome at stuff and do awesome things, which is great. I admire them. But I'm not one of them. I'm not one of those innately gifted, talented, special, awesome, genetically gifted people. I'm the opposite. I'm Captain Mediocre. I grew up being mediocre at everything. I wasn't outstanding at anything except probably talking, and that was the thing I got in trouble for all the time at school. Not a subject. But in terms of academic stuff, not my natural thing. I could get through, but wasn't brilliant. Athletic stuff, worse. IQ, not off the charts at all. Couldn't sing, couldn't dance, didn't have any special kind of creative gifts. None of that. And I guess for a while, maybe it bothered me, although I can't really remember that. But I think early on I realised that while there were lots of people around me that were definitely more talented, more gifted, had better genetics, better athletic aptitude, all of those things, virtually everybody, that although I couldn't change any of those innate things, I couldn't go and get more talent, or I couldn't go and get different genetics, or I couldn't all of a sudden become a brilliant singer overnight. I guess you can improve singing ability, but the innate talent is not a variable. The innate IQ is not a variable. The genetics are not a variable. They're, for the most part, we can influence them, but for the most part, what we have is what we have. But then what we do with it is the optional part. Now, for me, because I wasn't brilliant or gifted or picked first for any team or on anyone's radar for anything, I think that gave me a sense of, or an awareness of the fact that if I wanted to be good at anything, it would entirely be up to me. It wasn't going to happen naturally. It wasn't a given. It wasn't a byproduct of what I was born with at all. So if I wanted to be in okay shape, like if I didn't want to be the fattest kid in the school, which I was, then I needed to create a new operating system. I needed to change the way that I thought and behaved, and my lifestyle and my food and my exercise and my movement habits. I needed to do that, and I did do that, and I created that outcome. I also realised that I wasn't going to become, financially successful naturally because I wasn't a gifted business person, or I didn't have an IQ through the roof, or I wasn't born into wealth, or none of those things. So I would have to figure out how to do that. I also realised that I didn't want to work in a job that I didn't like, whereas a lot of people around me seemed to be doing that when I was young. It was something they tolerated rather than celebrated. And I thought, fuck, I can't tolerate 40 years of something that I really don't like. I need to figure this out, because nobody's going to knock on the door with a dream job for me. So I need to do some thinking. And even down the track, when I went back to university at 30, I went for the first time to university at 36. I was absolutely terrified. But again, I was, for the first semester at 36, sitting next to all the 18-year-olds, completely out of my depth, completely unfamiliar territory, didn't understand the language, completely inept, didn't have the skills. I was literally asking 18-year-olds questions all day about how to do things and what things meant and what terms meant and computer things, and I had no idea. But because I was so mediocre and I wanted to succeed, I was driven, and I've been driven ever since. And there's no ego in that, because being driven is just a choice. Like, in fact, I'm the guy with the least talent often. And people go, oh, you're just saying that. You always put yourself down. You're self-deprecating. Do you know what? People say that now because they see what I'm doing. And they see me doing some cool things. And they see, me writing books. And they see me working in different capacities and standing in front of big audiences and hosting a podcast that's successful and all of those things. But all of those things, I worked like a motherfucker forever. You know, the U Project's nearly 5 years old. I had 3 podcasts before that didn't work. That's not talent. That's just someone trying. You know, the first year of university back in the day, I just stumbled and bumbled my way through. My first year of running my own business, my own gym at 26, was a clusterfuck of mistakes and lessons and problems. But you can't get good at what you don't do. But was I gifted at managing a team and leading a team and building a brand and building a business and marketing and understanding the needs of people and meeting clients' kind of expectation? Fucking no idea whatsoever. Captain Mediocre. But how do you get good at that? Well, you start by being shit, and you develop and you learn and you ask questions and you be humble and you fuck up, you fall down, you get up. And this is life. Like, mediocrity can be the platform to amazing shit if you let that be emotional and psychological leverage. Because for me, that is what it has been forever. I think if I was really gifted and really talented and really smart, I would have been really lazy. Because things never came easily to me. They never came easily. And so it was always effort and work and discipline and self-control. But in 2021, no one wants to hear this because it's not sexy. It's not fast, quick, easy, and painless. And fuck that. Give me the magic pill. Give me the quick fix. Give me the instant gratification. Guess what? Some people spend years looking for that shit, trying to find the cure, the pill, the hack. But when we stop looking for the shortcut and we start doing the work, then the fucking magic happens. So if you're gifted, if you're mediocre, if you've got some talent, no talent, all the resources, all the accolades, all the support, none of the support, great genetics, shit genetics, it is what it is. And in the middle of all of that shit that you can't control is you. So if you're like me and not hugely gifted, it's still up to you. Love you guts.